Hey everybody, so today I wanted to talk a little bit about Enhanced Ecommerce, which is the new feature, or it's in beta within Google Analytics, which is basically an enhancement to the already existing e-commerce, which has been there for years. Now the trouble with the existing e-commerce functionality is that it's quite limited in what it records. It basically records what product you've sold, how much revenue you've had, how many transactions you've had, um, and that's pretty much it. I mean, it's very, very limited in terms of what it's record. You basically just put the code on your transaction page, your order confirmation page, and record any transactions that come in. So enhanced e-commerce is much more than that. So the first thing it offers is that it allows you to better understand drop-off rates throughout your whole checkout process. So in the old version of e-commerce, what people would often do is they'd create a goal and they'd use the URLs of each step of their checkout in that goal, and then they'd look at the goal funnel report to see where people were dropping out of the checkout process. With enhanced e-commerce, you actually are able to put tracking code on each of your checkout pages that's part of the enhanced e-commerce code, and then in the e-commerce section of GA you will actually get a dropout or a fallout report which shows each step of the checkout, and you can add and remove pages from that checkout as much as you want. One of the benefits of that report is that you can segment it, whereas previously you weren't able to segment funnel reports. So that's great for understanding which pages of your checkout are not working properly. If you have a look at the enhanced e-commerce documentation, you'll get an idea of what code you have to place on each page. The other great thing about enhanced e-commerce is it's not just about checkout anymore. It goes all the way back to product listing pages. So you want to put some code on product listing pages. So that's the catalogs of your shops where you have a grid maybe, or a list of 10 products you're selling. You want to put the code on product detail pages, which is typically the page which it shows how much it's going to cost, a bit more information about that particular product. You want to attach some code to the add to cart button as well, so that when someone adds that product to their basket, you measure that. Again, before enhanced e-commerce, I was often doing that with events, so I could work out what percentage of people who visited the site added a product or a particular product to their basket, and then you'd have to export that data to Excel along with the number of sessions, the number of add to carts, break that down by product to get a kind of product views to purchase ratio and an add to cart to purchase ratio, which helped in working out pricing strategy or making products more visible on the site. So you don't have to do that anymore, because in the new enhanced e-commerce reports, they actually give you I can't remember the exact name. It's something like buy to view product ratio and a cart to buy product ratio, which is great. But to do that, again, like I say, you have to tag up the product category pages. You have to tag up product detail pages. You have to tag up the add to baskets and also remove from baskets, not using events but using the new enhanced e-commerce code. And then obviously you tag each stage of the checkout process. And one more thing you do on each of those pages, especially the checkout pages, you actually add some code to tell Google what's in the basket at each stage of the checkout. So the enhanced e-commerce reports now are really good. I really like them. They're so much more than the previous e-commerce reports. You can really drill down and see which products are performing on your site, which products, for example, are getting a lot of views, but no one's adding it to their cart. So from that, you could surmise that maybe the product is wrong for the audience, or that you need to change the pricing of it, or the wording, or the pictures. Something on that product details page needs to change. On the other hand, if you have a product which is has a high purchase to view ratio, so let's say that every an extreme example, let's say 50% of people who see the product page end up buying the product. Obviously, that's not going to be that high, but assuming that is. But then you notice that there's the product page is not getting many views at all. Compared to some of your other products, that particular product is hidden away on your site. What you can do then is you can promote that product either via your email list, by changing the navigation of your site, by making it more visible on the homepage. So that product sells, your audience likes it. So by making it more visible on the site, you will get more sales. Obviously, the only downside of Enhanced Ecommerce is that you have to install the tracking code, right? It's more complicated than the current e-commerce tracking code. So your devs are not going to like you. So there's two ways you can do it. Well, first things, actually, you can either get your devs to do it, fair enough, or you can use a tag management tool such as Google Tag Manager, which makes it slightly easier. But you have to have a data layer on the site. Otherwise, you're not going to know all the information. You're not going to know what's in the basket for each shade of the checkout. So a data layer is essential. So I hope that helps. Go and check out the documentation on Enhanced Ecommerce. It's a great addition to the product suite.